4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
There we go.
Cool. All right. So today we have the episode a little different. We're going to be doing a Zoom call with a good friend of mine that is a life coach all the way down in Spain. And he's one of the best ones too. And he's got some good stuff, some good news coming your way. So we have today Klaas van... I always mess up your last name. So Klaas van Oosterhout, right? Am I saying it right? Oosterhout?
Good enough, man. Good enough.
Good enough.
You giving an effort.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. How about you?
I'm doing good. How is life right now during these pandemic times right now in Europe?
It's a little jewel, right? Because on my end, it's going really well. Business is going really well. Kids are home, so I get to live my vision where I get to connect with them. Well, they're home anyway for the summer, but during COVID as well, there was no schools. So I get to actually live my visions. And on the other hand, it's really sad, man.
It is.
Our upstairs neighbor passed away. A next door neighbor passed away.
Due to COVID.
Friends of ours, talking to them, like a lot of friends of theirs passed away. So it was, as I said, a very...
Yeah, it's a very weird balance right now. Some are making money out of it. Some are doing really bad from it. It's just a very weird time. You just don't know, whether you be happy for your friends or whether you're sad. Well, right now we actually hit home for me because two of my good friends got COVID. And one of my friends that got COVID, his wife was 9 months pregnant. So you're always one of those that is like, it's not real. And I'm talking mostly here in the US. But when it hits home, it hits home. Like, we're like, whoa, like this is super close. So let me ask you a little bit about what you do. So you are a life coach, right?
Personal success coach.
Okay. So explain the difference. What's the difference between that and counselor work, for example? How would you go about it?
I don't know what a counselor does. Explain it different. I can tell you what I do. What I do is, because I focus primarily on entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And specifically within the entrepreneurs, those that are really focused on making the biggest impact possible inside, like in the world. Right? However, they're also focused on making sure that they make a huge impact in their homes, right? Which then automatically kind of switches to, more like the moms and dads that are also entrepreneurs that have both to focus on. I have some that are not parents, but most of my clients, they're all parents. And I love them. Not love, but I love the struggles that they're going through, and then solving those struggles with them. To then, once you've got that struggle and you solve that, you all of a sudden see them just boom, right? Everything starts clicking, and they just move until they reach the next plateau where we get the next challenge, and then we'll have another fun moment where we're really trying to dissect what kind of challenge it is and who can solve it for them or what they have to do to solve it for themselves. And all of this focused on what my business is called is become the me I want to be. So I'm really focused on making sure that you have absolute 100% clarity on what you want to do in life, right? What's the legacy that you want to leave, right? What's your purpose in life? I go deep in that with my clients. And then going down from that is like, what's your vision? It's like, what do you want your life actually to look like? Not what government tells you, not what you see in society, right? Not what your parents have told you. Just what is it that you want? And talking to most people, they have no idea. It's like going to a shopping mall and saying like you can get whatever you want, and people just get overwhelmed because there's so much stuff and they actually don't know what they truly want to have.
Well, because don't you think it's because people have learned how to compromise because they can't have whatever they want and they just have set their mindset to just take what they can in a way and just be okay with it. Is that the problem that you're facing with your clients in a sense?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes, of course, we all have we're all individuals, right? That's why I keep saying like I'm really big, for example, on morning. I'm going to say what other people say, like morning routine, right? I start calling it a morning routine. I start calling it a morning system, right? Why? Because you and I are different. Doesn't mean that because somebody says it's the 5 a.m. club, morning routine, everybody has to wake up at 5 a.m. It doesn't work that way, right? We're each different. People like to work at night. People don't like to work at night, like to go to bed early. Then it makes sense to wake up at 5. Maybe it even makes sense to wake up at 4 or at 3. Who knows, right?
Right.
So that's the same with what kind of upbringing did you have, right? How did your parents explain to you how life looks like? Did they give you that mindset that, you can't have everything you want, right?
Right.
You can't. It's not done. Or did they open your mind and just said, look, you can get whatever you want, right? Doesn't mean you get it like I want it now.
That's hard for a lot of people to understand. I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be very hard for a lot of people to understand because.
And that's what we work on. That's called mindset.
Exactly.
That's what you work on, right? That's called challenges. That's a challenge. Now we're at a challenge. Good. Let's work on that.
Exactly.
Right?
Okay. So. What is the hardest client you'd say you'd have? Is it someone coming from a hard upbringing in a way, upbringing. Sometimes you can't say the words. Is it more of a financial problem? What is your biggest challenge? Would you say?
It's actually the other opposite. It comes from what was my biggest challenge. I had a terrific upbringing. My parents, I'm connected with them like never before, right? I had a wonderful childhood. Mm-hmm. I did all the government society kind of thing, right? So I went to school and I finished my university and I got that job. And my parents were both entrepreneurs, so I got into the entrepreneurship, not really knowing is this for me? Is this what I want? However, that's what it is. And then it was okay. And then continuously I was looking for that love because that's what you see on TV, right? I want that true love. And now I found it eventually. Mm-hmm. The way I found it was by finally letting go instead of just looking and looking to what we see on TV, right? That's love. That must be love, what they show. And then I became what I call a zombie, right? I was living a zombie life where I was just going to work, doing my job, and not loving it at all, coming back, being tired, and then just not doing anything, right? Until all of a sudden start clicking. It's dude, what the hell am I doing? Do I really want to become 80 years old and have lived the life that everybody's been talking about, 2 dogs, at one point we even had 3, right? You have a nice garden, and you go on vacation 1, maybe 2 times a year, right? You got your stuff, you're happy, right? And there's a trap in that kind of happiness is that you think you're good and you're actually not because you're not living according to your purpose in life. And at a certain point in life, it's going to hit you and it's never too late. That's the great thing about it.
Right.
However, it will take huge effort to figure it out on your own and then make it happen and make that switch.
So let me throw you. We throw curveballs here all the time in this show. So let me throw you a curveball. If you go back in time, if there was a machine, we create one for you. You go back in time. What would you do different? Would it be
get a coach?
Head coach?
No, get a coach.
Oh, get a coach from the beginning. At what age? At what age?
As soon as possible, man.
Okay.
A mentor, a coach, as soon as possible. That's what I'm teaching my kids.
All right? Got it.
So my kids now, actually, my youngest is I should say R. I'm working on that as well. Oh, no. Our youngest is 4, and our oldest is 7, right? And they got their morning system, right? I got them each on their morning system. They get to choose what they like. So they do yoga in the morning as exercising. Okay. There's a really cool program on TV which is called Cosmic Kids Yoga. Right, so they do Pokemon, and they have this move, surfing moves and stuff like that. But it's all based on yoga exercises. They do their affirmations, which they've chosen, and stuff like that. And then as soon as I can, I will find them mentors and teach them what the value is of a mentor. Right, probably one of the first ones for them will be to make sure that they improve even more their English, and I'll find an English mentor for them.
So. Okay, so are the push-ups part, because I see you doing push-ups all the time, parts of your morning routine? Is that parts of the morning routine?
No, not at all.
Not even? So what's...
No, the 25 push-ups is just because a friend of mine challenged me.
Okay.
He was challenged by somebody.
Okay.
And it was in regards to creating attention, awareness for PTSD, anxiety, and depression, right? Okay. So amongst men, this is a a big issue, especially now. I've been before Become the Me I Want to Be. I had a business called Become a Fearless Father, so I was definitely a lot connected with men. And I've understood, for example, in Australia, the amount of suicide amongst fathers in Australia is huge, like absolutely insane. I can't exactly name the numbers, but when they told me, I was flipping out. I was like, wow, that's insane, right? So it seems that it's very important that we need to raise awareness and tell our like-minded men, is like, dude, if you're stuck, if you feel depressed, if whatever you feel, reach out to me. And if it's not me, make sure you reach out to somebody. And he started, and it became, for me, it came at a really good time,
right?
Because I'm getting back in the shape from an injury that I had before. And I work out 3 times a day, meaning in the morning for my morning system, I do 2 sessions. One is just 5 minutes. It's just a wake up, kind of stretching, mobility kind of movements. And then after that, I do a little bit more strong, which mobility and strength. And then in the afternoon, I used to do like complete strength.
What's the duration for the last two ones? What's the duration that for your workouts usually?
So in the morning it's between 10 and 15. So the first one is 5, and then the second one is about 10-15 minutes. And then my afternoon one, that's the one where it depends on what my coach tells me to do. And I believe between 30 minutes and 40, something like that.
Okay.
Depending on what he has me do, but something like that.
I know what you mean. Okay, so let me ask this question. I don't know if it relates or not. Does so people with depression, anxiety, a little bit of mental health, could life coach help with that? Because they're kind of guiding you through a brighter path. Because if you know what I mean, does it make any sense?
I can help. I mean, I can help anybody. It's just that I like, and that like that's also ego talking. Like, dude, I can help anybody. Like, I know I can help anybody. However, I'm also humble enough and also smart enough to be like, look, they're specialists, right? Like, personal success coach is very broad,
right?
I focus on everything, and I do everything, not just a little bit. However. Most of my clients, they all have another coach, or at least one, that's real specific, right? It might be real specific for their business, or in what you're saying, like if they have depression, it might be real specific for depression to get over that, right?
Right.
And the good thing that I have is I love connecting with people. And if somebody comes to me and we're talking, let's say on a strategy call, right? Mm-hmm. Or a transition call, as I call it, they come on my call. And I find out it's like, okay, I can help you. However, I really like it. I feel like it's actually this, right?
Okay.
Then I'll immediately say, like, listen, look, I can help you. However, I know this and this person, and they're an expert. They like specifically specialize in that part, whether that's depression or anxiety. Maybe it's your health.
So you are a big believer that everybody specializes in something. Like you can't do it all. Is that what you're saying? Like everybody specializes in one specific thing. So you still want them to get the right help while they're getting life or success coaching as well. Is that?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
All
right. So we all have our moments. Like what I look at with them is I look at 8 areas in their life, and then we look at those 8 areas and we look like which area specifically is the one area that we need to focus on. And for most men and women so far that's been working with me, it's business, right? And then I work on the planning part. However, we look specifically within that business, then, okay, what needs to elevate to make sure that the whole business goes up? And for that, we try to then find either an expert, right? Meaning it could be a copywriter. Okay, now let's find that copywriter. However, it could also be like a funnel designer.
So you literally try to help them with everything. Like you're there for them, like literally exactly. Got it.
But that's what personal success is about. Again, personal success is personal. Right. So if we just go to success, what does success mean to you, or what does it mean to you, right? So every person has a different. You posted on your Facebook profile if you want. Like, what does success mean to you? I bet you if 300 people comment, you will have 300 different answers.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
that might relate a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's why, I got to really focus on, okay, what is it that you're looking for? What are you trying to get?
Right.
And that comes from really knowing. So I really help them first is really getting the clarity on what's that mean for you? Like, well, how do you want your business to look like? What is it that you want from your business? What do you want your health to look like, right? Do you want to be freaking buff and massive, or
you just want to be healthy and athletic,
slender and strong? Exactly, but also healthy. Healthy means something different to you than it means to me.
Yep,
for sure.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah, everybody explains however they want. All right, my friend. So you lived in a couple different places in your life. You lived in Germany. You lived in Spain. You lived in. I got it right here. You lived in England. You lived in the Netherlands. Any place that you like more than the other?
Oh, that's a trap.
Be careful.
Not falling for that one. All right, so yeah, I've traveled to all those places. I'm originally Dutch.
Okay.
Right? I studied in the United States for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So we traveled a lot over there as well. And we even traveled to China, traveled throughout all of Europe. Now I live in Spain. Is there any place? Look, man, in the end, the most important thing is to be happy in the place that you are,
mm-hmm.
right? Now, is there a place that I'd be like, dude, if you would live there, I would love it. Man, when I did a semester of an internship in Asheville in North Carolina,
mm-hmm.
dude, that place was fantastic.
North Carolina,
However,
it's a beautiful spot.
I already talking to my friends over there. They're already saying like, dude, it completely changed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already scared to go back there with that because you have that thought, and I'm thinking actually like, you know what, I'm going to be happy here and just have that happy thought without having to go back because I don't want to.
I get what you're saying. You don't want to mess it up because you're used to it being a certain way.
Yeah, exactly.
I get what you're saying.
Dude, just so you understand, right? This place used to be so mellow. It felt like you're in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
However, not the 60s. Like you're in this time, like the attitude is back in the 60s. Everybody's so friendly.
Right.
Everybody on the street is saying hi to each other, helping each other out. And then they have these cool places. They had like pool bars, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, all of them had their own brewery.
Right.
And back in the day when I still drank, that was freaking like, dude, this is freaking paradise because you just get fresh tap, different beers that you could choose. So they had like 10 taps on the wall, right?
Right.
It was like, man, this is the life.
Yeah, no, I believe it. But, dude, we want to have you back over here for sure. Don't just, don't just stay over there in Europe. We'd like to have you back here in the U.S. for a little while. All right, so you lived in all these countries too, and not only lived there, you actually coached Muay Thai as well.
True.
Yeah, all right. So, for people who don't know Muay Thai, I'll give you an example. Jose Aldo, Anderson Silva, Chris Cyborg, Edson Barbosa have a background in Muay Thai. Muay Thai is being used right now in MMA, UFC, all over the place. So, do you watch a little bit of UFC nowadays?
Sometimes.
Who's your favorite right now? Who you got?
Yeah, and it's, people might be... I like the controversial guy, so I go with McGregor.
Oh, really? Okay, nothing wrong with McGregor. He's still the popular guy.
For me, it's not about popular. I think there's... And sometimes I think I'm wrong.
Right.
However, at the other times I think like, dude, this guy is so intelligent.
Right.
He's so smart. And then other times he does something and I'm like, dude, this guy, what does he do? Right?
And I agree with you. Sometimes you just gotta sell the fight. But
he's so good at that.
He is so good at that. Absolutely. I mean, when you have one of the best fighters ever, Floyd Mayweather, came out and he's like, selling the fights with this guy has been one of the best things ever because this guy can sell fights. They didn't like each other. They hated each other. But Floyd, was still like, this is the best dancing partner anyone could ask for because he can sell fights. People are going to tune in to watch no matter how expensive that pay-per-view is. The only problem with Conor is that he doesn't know limits. The problem with Khabib with the whole bus incident and then, talking trash about his wife, his family, his religion. I feel like he doesn't know, limits. He has no limits. He just goes all in and that's it. Could you help him in any way?
Sure. So I didn't hear the wife part because I liked listening because he has a couple of motivational videos, or there's motivational videos where parts of what he's saying comes in. Mm-hmm. And all I've always heard is that, he really loves his wife and appreciates she was there for him when he started out, when he was nobody.
Oh, no. We're not talking about Khabib. We're not talking about Conor's wife. He was talking trash about Khabib's wife. About his opponent's wife. So, yeah, like I said, he was talking trash about his opponent's father, about his opponent's family, his wife.
Right, sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So,
dude, that's where we at, right? So UFC, with all due respect, it's just one step up of WWF.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's just UFC is very real,
what I mean is they really hit, right? I'm not gonna lie.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, it's real blows.
They're absolute professionals. So is the WWF.
Absolutely.
In the end, it's all a spectacle. You got to sell those tickets.
Right.
And it seems that Conor knows this better than anybody else. However, what he seems to also very much understand is how to get in people's heads. He knows how to work with your emotion. He wants you to come on in that ring, in the octagon. Sorry, I'm used to the ring.
No, it's all good.
So he comes into the octagon, right? And he wants you to be upset. He doesn't want you in that state where you just, you're all set, you're ready to go. No. He wants your whole game plan to be gone even before you get into that octagon. And you see that.
It's definitely part of the game plan for sure, and it has been working for him in the past. He beats opponents before they even steps in the octagon, just like you said. But it didn't work with Khabib too well because he just made these. He just fueled him more and more to make Conor tap out. So yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends.
Exactly. That's the actually really, really good ones. The best ones.
Right.
Who know how to use their emotions in the correct way. Right. Those are the ones that is like, man, I'm loving this. Right. You're feeding me. Like, you're helping my emotions actually in the right way. I use that what you share with me, and I'm going to use that back in there. However, there's others that,
Right.
Muhammad Ali. I mean, he was one of the best.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right? He got into your mind even before you stepped in, and he knew, like, I got you.
Absolutely, 100%. All right, so let's talk about the new podcast coming tomorrow from you, sir. It's going to be starting tomorrow. Become the me I want to be. Let's talk about that a little bit. So, starting tomorrow, I mean, when did the idea came in? Just lately, or you've been working on this for a little while?
Well, we've become a Fearless Father. I already had a podcast.
Right.
With, man, I don't even know how many episodes.
Okay.
Right? And then I switched to Become the Me I Want to Be. Mm-hmm. The reason for that is that I've recognized during the journey of Become a Fearless Father, I was missing the feminine energy. So I really like to have the masculine and feminine energy to work with and to be coaching, to communicate with. And I was missing that. So that's hence a change. And then I was looking like, okay, I want to do a podcast again. However, I want to do it different. So I found a guy, David Monteith, and he has a business where he helps others, do their podcast. I'm like, cool, because I have no idea about podcasting, and I actually want to start a new one. I want to do it right. Like, I had the other one for about over a year and had about 6,000, maybe 7,000 downloads, which compared to others is nothing. However, I was never focused on it. So for me, it was just like, look, that's 7,000 downloads I wouldn't have if I didn't have a podcast. And it wasn't anything extra. It was just, I go live. I teach, I coach, I share my value.
You do your thing. You're doing your thing.
I take down the audio and you just flop it in the podcast. That's it.
So is it gonna be is it gonna be just audio, or is it gonna be video this time as well?
Well, I keep going live. So my interviews, for example, I had Blake Newbar on the show. Next week I'm going to have Chelsea and Colton Cruttinger on the show.
Cool.
I'm going to have John Lee Dumas on the show on the 6th of August. So I'm aiming higher even than I was last time. Now it's really like, look, I want the top of the top. Right. And it's still it's a live interview. On
so
Facebook.
you're just gonna have it live. Nice. So what platforms are you going to be available at? Are you gonna be on iTunes or?
So It's going to be on. See, that's why now I have a podcast manager. He does that. So people ask me questions about podcast.
I don't know. Talk to me. But how will people know about the announcements? Could they go to your social media and find everything?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll be posting everything on my profile.
Okay.
So will he. So will David. If you type in "Become the Me I Want to Be," I know for sure we're on Spotify and iTunes. I know those are the two main ones. So we'll definitely be on there. We're telling everybody to go check it out and make sure to subscribe. Make sure to leave a review. We have high ambitions with this podcast, especially now that John Lee Dumas has agreed to come on. For those that maybe don't know John Lee Dumas, like he's huge.
Right.
Podcasting, he's one of the biggest ones. Like I think at the moment, if like every single episode that he posts, that he goes live with, hits like 1 million downloads, which is just
nuts.
It's insane.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you can do it like anyone could do it, just with a little hard work and a little bit of. We started hitting. Well, we just started about 2 weeks ago, and we haven't had anything. Like it's been between 5,000 to like 25,000. So I'll take it. Nice. We just started 2 weeks ago, so and then we've been growing bigger and bigger. So for sure. So. How are you going to be doing it daily? I'm sorry, how many times a week are you going to be doing the podcast for?
It's going to be twice a week. I do one live interview. I'm aiming to do one live interview a week. I'm pretty full booked. So I got John Lee Dumas. I actually got the girlfriend of John Lee Dumas coming on the week after that, and then I'm taking a week break. However, I have so many incredible interviews and single episodes still from Become a First Father that we're just switching them a little bit and we're putting them in there. And then it's gonna be one solo episode and one interview, and for now that's what we're gonna do. Cool. And man, I don't have to worry about it. As I said, all the episodes are already ready.
Exactly.
So
I don't think this is going to be stressful for you at all, because you're kind of used to the line of work, and plus you're not doing something that is new to you in a sense. Everything you're doing right now, you're very familiar with. So it's going to feel like home for sure. All right. So one more question for you before I let you go. You've been all over these places. How many languages are you guys teaching the kiddos right now?
That's a good question. All right. So actively, we're teaching them 2 languages.
Okay.
So we actually, because maybe their parents listening that find this interesting. So my wife is Spanish, well, half Spanish, half Colombian. I'm 100% Dutch. We communicate together in Spanish and in English. And at first, what we did was we split up the days. So we would say, for example, Monday and Wednesday is going to be Spanish, right? And then Tuesday and Thursday is going to be English. So everybody speaks the same language. And on Friday, Dutch, right? Meaning like I would be speaking Dutch. And the weekends we would alternate. So one weekend Spanish, one weekend English. Okay. Why not much emphasis on my native language? The reason, dude, there's 20 million people speaking Dutch in comparison to English and Spanish.
I feel
to
you.
me, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Don't tell my mom, because she gets very upset. Like she doesn't agree at all.
She's not a happy camper, huh?
It's all right. It's all right. It's fun when we go there. We're actually going to go there in August, nice. So they get to speak all Dutch.
Well, lucky you guys. We can't get out of the country much. We're still in lockdown, so.
Oh no! So are we. No. My parents live in Spain.
Oh, okay. They do. Okay. I thought you were going back to the Netherlands. Oh, okay. That's not bad. Oh, so you guys still can't leave Spain? I thought they reopened already.
They just reopened it. We're actually expecting them to close down our city because
it's going up again.
It's going up again. They're going to close down locally. They already closed down Barcelona and Catalonia, I think, and all that stuff.
Okay, so they did say a second wave. Was to be expected, and they're doing the same thing here in California. They started reopening shops and stuff, and now again it's getting worse. Like just in my county alone, there was like 30 deaths a couple days ago. 30 deaths and so many new cases. So I feel like the second wave is already here. I mean, people were expecting it to be here in September. I feel like it's already here. Many states are getting much really worse right now. Okay, so remember, people, if you want Klaas social media, it will be down below on the description. His Facebook. You do have an Instagram, right, Klaas, which I will be grabbing from you as well. Perfect.
Yeah, man.
And all his I will look for you on iTunes and Spotify, and I will link the description down below. Become the me I want to be, coming to you tomorrow. Klaas, go ahead and take the mic. Say whatever you want to your fans. Say whatever you want to whoever you want. Mic is yours, my friend.
Man, I'm good with questions.
Go for
Open questions like this, I'm like, woo. No, man, just to finish what you asked me in regards to the language, right? What we do now is that my wife speaks Spanish and I speak English. So we switched it. And that works way better. So I just wanted to share that so it's finished and people know, like, all right. So they don't do it the first way that I did it, because it actually didn't benefit us that much. This does, man. It's amazing.
Oh, like, I believe it.
If they would come in right now, they would actually start speaking a little bit of English to somebody if they hear like the language, which is far out.
Nice.
So that's it, man. Well, first of all, man, I really appreciate you having me on. I love it.
Pleasure.
It's been a while since I got invited. So when you asked me, I was like, yeah, man, I love it.
Absolutely.
So thank you for that. Everybody listening, man, just, work on become the me I want to be. It's so important for yourself to exactly know who you want to be, what that looks like, what you're trying to achieve. So it's not just, you hear people talk about, right, by the time that you die, have no regrets and stuff like that. True. How about every single day you lay your head on your pillow, you have no regrets, and you just look at the day and just like, dang, I had a full day, man.
Right.
I had a fantastic day. That's what I want for everybody. And hence the name, hence become the me I want to be.
There you go.
So that's all I want. Come check me out. I love talking to people. I love helping people. It's my purpose to help people overcome their obstacles. So yeah, man.
I will say this about you. I don't know how I had your page. I think I added you, or we added each other or something. And then I wake up every morning and I find like little cute videos and like cute messages, and just like I just open them while I'm drinking my tea or just going by. About my day. And then every day I see like something nice, or every couple of days whenever I get a chance I see something, and I just started becoming a fan myself. And that's why I started this podcast. I was like, you know what? I need to have Klaas over here. He's going to have a lot to say. A lot of people, love the things you do. Keep going, brother. You are a friend of the show. If you ever need to plug anything, if you ever need anything, please let us know. You're always more than welcome over here. Thank you, Klaas.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. And stay tuned with Klaas's podcast, please. And Klaas, have a wonderful day, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the show. Man. Thank you.